From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. It is not nearly as foggy as what we saw for yesterday morning, but maybe some more fog could return tonight into tomorrow morning. Rain chance is going to return for Saturday and beyond, and that storm system could be a little bit wintry for mountain passes. So early Sunday through early Tuesday could see, again, some impacts to past travel. And of course, there's going to be a lot of holiday travel going on, so we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. Fog this morning being confined to the mountains, but for lower elevations, it's looking a-okay out there, and we can thank the winds for that. Now, the winds aren't that strong for this morning, but still gust up around 14 to 15 miles per hour in the Walla Walla Valley. Earlier this morning, they were gusting around 20 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. That's just enough to mix up the atmosphere locally and to curb a lot of the fog development. Temperatures this morning, we're at 30 in the Yakima Valley, 40 in the Tri-Cities, 43 in Walla Walla. A little bit later today, I'm thinking most of us are going to end up between 45 to 50. We'll see a mixture of sun and clouds for today, but again, for tonight into tomorrow morning, maybe could see more fog coming back into the picture. I'll tell you why. It's going to be such a tricky forecast coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, police have made an arrest in a Richland shooting that left 2 people hurt, but the story doesn't end there. Coming up, we'll explain how officers recognized a suspect instantly when they arrived.
Plus 2 people dead, a child caught in the middle, and more questions than answers. This morning, what we're learning about the suspected domestic violence shooting in Benton County, plus the warning signs experts want everybody to recognize.
And as Crash Responder Safety Week kicks off, first responders in Umatilla County have a message. Slow down, move over. Why they say it could save lives during the winter season. It's all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It's Tuesday, November 18th, making our way through the week.
That's right. We have a lot to get to this morning, and we're starting with the follow-up in Richland, where police say they made an arrest in a shooting that injured 2 people from earlier this month.
So officers were called out around 3:30 Monday afternoon to a home on Van Giesen Street for the reports of gunshots and a possible disturbance. But when they got there, police say they didn't find any evidence of a shooting.
But they did recognize someone at the scene, a person wanted in connection to a previous shooting at the same location back in early November, and police say 2 people were hurt in that incident.
6:03 now, following up on a crime alert that we first brought you yesterday morning on Good Morning Northwest. Benton County Sheriff's Office investigating a double homicide after what they believe was a domestic violence shooting on Saturday night. Deputies responded just around 5:30 to North Rothrock and West Evans Road after witnesses reported a crash, said they heard yelling and gunshots. First responders got there and found 2 people dead. Investigators say that the victims knew each other and that there was also a child at the scene. Prosser Memorial Health confirming one of those victims was an employee, a cardiopulmonary technician. Detectives telling us they will be sharing more details during a press conference today, which is scheduled for 11 a.m.
And when it comes to domestic violence cases, there is a certain time of the year when there is a rise in them. According to the Domestic Violence Services of Benton and Franklin counties, they serve about 30,000 families each year, and the organization says they do their monitoring every month and every quarter, and during the holidays, they see a spike also in the summer times as well. One of the reasons for the spike during this time of year is whether or not they want to or don't want to participate in holiday traditions.
Usually because of the pressures of the holidays, people are more isolated and financial crises that are happening within families, and a lot of drug and alcohol that's related to relationships.
If you or someone you know is in need of help, the Domestic Violence Services of Benton and Franklin counties has a variety of resources. This includes a 24-hour crisis hotline that is available to anyone, no matter where you live. And we have a link to all these resources up on our website. That's applvalleynewsnow.com.
6:04 and looking to the roadways this morning, where another crash at the intersection of Crestlock Drive and US 395 is once again raising some concerns about safety at a spot that many drivers call one of the most dangerous in the area. Washington State Patrol saying a wrong-way driver caused this serious crash. That it was a 4-car crash at Crestlock and 395. Non-life-threatening injuries, but state troopers say this dangerous intersection has become a reoccurring problem with multiple fatalities over the past 4 years.
From 2021 to 2025, State Route 395 from about King City, which is milepost 23, all the way up to Crestlock, which is milepost 30, the Washington State Patrol has investigated 9 fatality collisions.
And now WashDOT acknowledges that there is an ongoing issue and has discussed potential fixes with Apple Valley News Now in the past, but funding remains the primary obstacle. No timeline exists for improvements. Troopers stress that drivers must stay alert when approaching this intersection.
6:05 and taking you to Oregon and Umatilla County, where Fire District 1 is urging drivers to slow down and pay attention. This as Crash Responders Safety Week gets underway. First responders say they've already handled around 300 crashes this year in District 1's coverage area. With cold weather moving in and roads becoming icy, they say driver awareness is more important than ever. The district is joining the U.S. Department of Transportation in raising awareness, reminding drivers to slow down and move over when they see emergency crews working on the road.
The Federal Highway Administration actually started commemorating this week in 2016, so we're almost at the 10-year anniversary. Where we're situated for UCFD1, we protect both I-82 and I-84, so 2 major highways, so it definitely is something that we want to be proactive with.
Crews say these simple steps can help prevent serious injuries or even save lives as responders continue to handle a high number of crashes. Across the state of Oregon, it is illegal to not slow down for emergency cars. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Advent calendars are exploding online and prices are soaring with them. Coming up in your consumer news, we're looking at the trend that's turning holiday countdowns into big money content.
And giving you a live look outside this morning from right here at our Apple Valley studios in Kennewick. It is 7 minutes after 6 on this Tuesday, and when we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert forecast.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we offer our medical weight loss program. Diabetes, and more broadly, insulin resistance, is a highly inflammatory state that increases our risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, as well as Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases.
Basically, it's the lack of awareness about what's creating that weight. There's lots of psychological aspects to that, so that where you come to is to a more centered place of feeling good and connected and positive about yourself, self-confidence.
You have access to over 100 weekly group fitness classes, top-notch fitness facilities, cutting-edge scientific therapies integrated into your program, and dedicated coaches rooting for your success. We also offer options for pharmaceutical assistance. We create patient-specific game plans centered around the 7 essential elements, which are sleep, nutrition, atmosphere, breathing, movement, thought, and purpose.
So rather than just focus, it's not dieting, and it's not focused on dieting, and that's not what we do here at Pacific Clinic. It's mind, body, physical, emotional, mental, and the combination of all of those things. And I think that makes us tremendously different than any of the other programs out there.
To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
Trouble with your dishwasher? Don't trust just anyone. Call your local appliance experts at Fred's Appliance. Enjoy big savings on all Bosch appliances, from laundry to refrigerators and more, all in stock and ready to go. Like this Bosch dishwasher. Save up to $300 today. At Fred's Appliance, we have in-stock get-it-today inventory, so the only dishes you pull out of the dishwasher are clean and in one piece.
In an instant, your world can shatter. At Quantum Legal, we understand injuries can be an immense burden, taking a toll on your body, leaving you drowning in medical expenses. Battling insurance companies without legal representation will make matters worse. We are committed to advocating for your deserved compensation. Quantum Legal, where compassion meets justice.
New body cam footage as Apple Valley News Now investigates the Trooper Clayson case Wednesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Fog could maybe return for tonight into tomorrow morning. Typically, we don't like to be wishy-washy with the forecast. We like to have a lot of conviction in them, but fog is very difficult to forecast around this time of the year. We look for stagnation patterns. What does that mean? Well, it means whenever the winds are light and we have cold air, that cold air likes to slip down into the valleys, into the basins, sometimes into the foothills as well. And so beneath that layer, that's where it can be foggy and gray and stagnant. The air quality can get a little bit less than ideal. So what we look for in these setups are the winds, okay? Well, it's one of the main ingredients we're looking for, at least in this setup. So the winds looking light for tonight, looking light for tomorrow morning as well. So the ingredients will be in place for some of that fog to return to the foothills, but especially to the valleys and basin. We'll see how it pans out, as other models aren't being too keen on that idea, but just pattern recognition suggests that maybe it would be possible. Okay, other than that, temperatures going to stay cool over the next week. Those overnight lows going to stay chilly. So here's what that looks like in practice for today: 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. And then for tonight, 20s and 30s really across the map. 29 for the Tri-Cities, 27 in Yakima. And we're going to keep forecast highs pretty close to normal over the next 7 days. Maybe a little uptick in temperatures for this weekend, not by much. And those overnight lows also going to stay pretty normal for the next 7 nights. Now, as we start looking ahead to this weekend, the beginning of next week, a series of storm systems could bring some tougher travel to our mountain passes. So we'll talk about this coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 12 minutes after 6, take a look at consumer news this morning. The Advent calendar was cemented into holiday pop culture back in 1989. They've been available commercially for more than a century, helping Christians count down the days until Christmas during the 4 weeks of Advent.
But this year, Advent calendars appear to be having their moment. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay with more.
On social media right now, Advent calendars are all the rage.
I've unboxed 19 Advent calendars already, so here are my top 5.
The holiday tradition dates back to 19th century Germany, beginning with a children's book and some chalk marks, serving as a creative way to count down to Christmas. But these days, the annual custom is putting Christmas consumerism into overdrive. Their popularity took off during the pandemic.
If you compare the numbers in terms of people unboxing their Advent calendars and their gifts on social media, that popularity of those type of social media posts has increased almost 300% year over year from 2014.
Dare I say I bought every single Advent calendar on the market?
Creators are spending big bucks to show viewers whether or not it's worth their dime.
I accidentally spent $11,000 on an Advent calendar.
Sarah Morris, a content creator in Tennessee, has opened 20 Advent calendars so far this season. She calls this her biggest content series of the year.
How much money do you think you've spent on Advent calendars so far this season?
Thousands. A few thousand, probably.
Wow.
It's an investment, but I look at it as a business investment for my business.
The products and prices can vary widely. From this 5-foot, $200 chocolate bar Advent calendar at Costco to this $20 beauty one from Target. Macy's says it's offering more than 100 Advent calendars this season for all ages, including toys, food, and beauty. When it comes to luxury items, Advent calendars can make that purchase more affordable in some cases. But think about this before swiping your card.
I caution consumers over-consuming on the little stuff. That's when it doesn't become affordable anymore and could potentially put people at risk for overspending.
Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
And content creator Sarah Morris has a reminder for people when it comes to these kinds of calendars.
And while unboxing these Advent calendars certainly provides a dopamine hit, you don't need to buy and open a dozen of them to be happy.
And then Amazon has like calendar boxes that you can make your own. It's
yes.
really cute, yeah.
And I mean,
I don't think I have the patience for it.
Well,
every time I open one, I'm like,
I used to have them growing up as a kid, but it was literally like, it's this thin, and it's like, you know, like a book
Like
size
little
almost. And then it's like
knickknacks.
little
Yeah.
chocolates, just little chocolates
Yeah.
inside every day. And
They're
that was
getting
good
insane.
enough. But now, oh no, you get a full Sephora beauty set.
Exactly. Yeah.
For $100. Not at my house.
Not for me.
Little
But
chocolates.
if anyone wants to gift that to me, go ahead.
She's all in. She's
Yeah,
all in
go
for
ahead.
the gifting. Yeah. No, we just have like a countdown to Christmas.
Yeah.
We change the numbers every day.
Yeah.
37 days until Christmas, if anyone was wondering.
She knows it.
But we'll still do an advent calendar too.
Yeah.
For fun.
For funsies.
But not for $100.
With chocolates.
Yeah.
All right, keep it here because coming up next, Josh Colbert is back with how your weather is looking for the rest of the week. It's all coming up in his full First Alert weather forecast in just a few minutes.
The Kia Season of New Traditions sales event is going on now at Overturf Kia. Get an additional $750 rebate when you purchase any new 2025 Niro, Seltos, Sorrento, Sportage, or select Tellurides in stock, including hybrid and PHEV models. Get a 2025 Telluride EX Line for just $46,867 and 0.9% APR financing. Overturf Kia, Highway I-182 and Road 100 exit on St. Thomas Drive, Pasco.
Family medicine provider Mariana Guerrero Sanchez is now caring for patients of all ages at Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic. She provides wellness exams, preventative health care, well child checks, women's health, chronic care management, cancer screenings, and more. Se habla español. To schedule an appointment with Mariana, call the Grandview Clinic at 509-203-1080 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Don't leave it to chance. Trust Vance for your heating system check. Call before November 30th to schedule your appointment, and you'll pay only $96. Don't wait. Call today or book online.
With irresistibly smooth melting chocolate in every Lindor, you can melt into every holiday moment. This year, bring out Lindor from the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. And right now, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
A search warrant, missing evidence, and a bar manager who police say isn't cooperating.
He has destroyed evidence.
Now, exclusive new body cam footage in the Trooper Clayson case.
You're maybe destroying records?
To protect and serve. Apple Valley News Now investigates Wednesday at 6.
Next live, there's a shark in the water.
Ooh.
It's Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank. Plus, Anna Gasteyer and helpful hacks for your turkey day.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Kraken, Red Wings. Coverage begins at 4 tonight on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and talk about what our weather is going to look like at least through Friday. Now, as we head into Saturday and beyond, we'll see rain chances picking up, and then for Sunday and beyond, maybe snow chances picking up for mountain passes. But for tonight into tomorrow morning, you see that little dome of high pressure quickly moving by, so that's what could contribute to some of the fog we could maybe see for tomorrow or for tonight and tomorrow morning. And then for Wednesday night and Thursday morning this week, cold front really falling apart as it crosses the area, but that is going to dampen fog chances, but it could bring some more rain or snow chances to the mountains and to the foothills. But really through Friday, just kind of stuck in this in-between pattern. Not a lot happening. So let's put it all into motion with Futurecast radar. This morning, could see some rain or snow showers up in the Cascades, but really after that, you see just not much happening with Futurecast radar. That is up until around midnight as we transition into Thursday. Rain and snow chances picking up for the Cascades, and then maybe some showers slipping down into the foothills as well. But rain chances in bulk going to come back for this weekend and beyond. So here's what that's going to look like in the Yakima Valley. We'll see, we'll keep it dry through Friday, then 10%, 20%, 30% chances for rain Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, respectively. The wettest time frame is going to be 4 in the morning on Saturday to 4 in the morning on Tuesday. This is going to be another series of storm systems where lower elevations of the Blues just not going to see that much at all. But the Cascades, around 1.5 inches of moisture, so that would be beneficial stuff. And I say moisture, I try to keep it vague there because it will be rainfall and snowfall. 4 in the morning on Sunday to 4 in the morning on Tuesday. Could have 5 to 6 inches of snow for a Cascade Passes, Snoqualmie Pass, White Pass. For now, it doesn't look like this is going to be enough for chain requirements or pass closures, but just enough to make it dicey, to make it interesting. 6-7 days out, though, subject to change. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Keeping the forecast dry through Saturday, and we'll see if fog rears its ugly head in the meantime. In Yakima, little rain chances come back into the picture Saturday through Monday at least. Then for Ellensburg, 25 to 30 mile-per-hour gusts for today, dry through Friday, then wetter for the weekend. For Hermiston, 15 to 20 mile-per-hour gusts this morning, calming into the afternoon. Small rain chances return for Sunday. And finally, for Walla Walla, maybe a quick hitting rain chance for Thursday, but more consistent rain chances start this weekend.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Cher hits the SNL stage for the first time in decades, and the Met Gala's new theme officially out. Your entertainment headlines are coming up next.
You know, there's no substitute for a hands-on experience. Over the years, I've probably turned and read every one of these pages. This may just look like a pile of papers waiting to be shredded, but to you and your loved ones, it represents a wealth of trusted experience.
This message is brought to you by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
The Black Friday mattress event is on now at More Furniture. Save big on premium mattresses, including Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy. During the Black Friday event, our premium mattresses are at the lowest prices of the season. For a limited time, you'll get our very best offer, 72 months interest-free financing. That's 72 equal monthly payments, absolutely no interest and no money down. Plus, we'll provide free white glove delivery and removal of your old mattress. Visit More Furniture today.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next-level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
You know, there's no substitute for a hands-on experience. Over the years, I've probably turned and read every one of these pages. This may just look like a pile of papers waiting to be shredded, but to you and your loved ones, it represents a wealth of trusted experience.
This message is brought to you by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
The CMA Awards, live
Wednesday on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, fans of Cher may want to circle December 20th on their calendar.
That's because the legendary 79-year-old singer will appear that evening on Saturday Night Live. It'll be one of her first time performing as a musical guest on an episode of the comedy sketch show in nearly 40 years.
And it's for the Christmas episode, so that's a big deal. Her last appearance in that role was just before Thanksgiving in 1987. Cher has made cameos on SNL over the years, but the last time was in 2011.
The Oscar, Emmy, and Grammy winner did perform on SNL's special marking its 50th year last February.
Fun.
Love her.
She's so entertaining. I know.
She's quotable.
And clearly
Her quotes are quotable.
They are quotable, and she only performs on SNL around the holidays, it seems like. Thanksgiving, Christmas.
She's
One trick pony. No, she's definitely not.
I love her. Okay. Well, every star will be in attendance of the 2026 Met Gala, and the theme has just been revealed.
What is it, Josh?
It's costume art, which I feel like is the theme every year. I mean, that's so vague. But anyway, fashion.
That is not true.
But costume art, it's always like, that's all right. Anyway, well, the fashion's biggest night will focus on the history of the Costume Institute at the famed Metropolitan Museum of Art. It will showcase the Met's newest exhibition, which threads together 200 works of art with 200 fashion garments and accessories.
The gala is a huge fundraiser for the Met's Costume Institute and its only means of raising money. It draws a who's who from the fashion and entertainment worlds with a red carpet that rivals and even sometimes overshadows the Oscars.
Last year, the gala racked in a whopping $31 million, with tickets reportedly costing about $75,000 each. The exhibition opens May 10th.
I wonder if we'll get invited this year.
Oh, you haven't got your invite yet?
What? You got yours?
Well, it came in the mail yesterday. I checked.
Wow, what are you going to wear?
Have you checked your mail? I can't tell you.
Costume art. Okay. All right. It's got to be a big surprise. They have to invite Lady Gaga. Like, she, she's going to do.
She is costume art.
Exactly.
I know. But, I mean, now that we're back on the press tour of Wicked for Good,
invite them all.
All of them.
Yeah.
They all need to be there.
Was it last night's premiere? They all slayed.
Every time. I'm obsessed.
So good.
Every premiere they go to, from the first Wicked to now, like, it's chef's kiss.
If you haven't seen it, look at it.
Fashion.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with it. I know.
We love them.
We love them
obviously,
so much. Clearly.
As you can tell.
No, not at all. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Yakima County leaders saying that rising costs and shrinking revenues are creating some tough choices ahead. So this morning, the changes they're weighing in on and why some new strategic planning may reshape what services the county can afford.
Plus, from rising anxiety to struggling social skills, schools are still seeing the effects of the pandemic. But one local high school is showing how student-led change can turn things around. The details in your 6:30 half hour.
It's the music that revolutionized the sound of Christmas. Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis. Celebrating the holiday spirit for 40 years. Don't miss this holiday extravaganza.
Bringing holiday cheer to the Toyota Center November 30th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com.
Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis. America's favorite Christmas tradition.
For 46 years, CG Public House has been a Tri-Cities tradition, family-owned, locally rooted, and proud to support Northwest ranchers. Now they've partnered with Pendleton Beef to bring you great-tasting beef, the way it was meant to be. Grass-fed and ranch-raised by local ranchers who care. Come taste the difference. Pendleton Beef, now available at CG Public House.
Good sleep is essential to life, health, and happiness. And all good sleep starts with the right mattress. With Doctor's Choice from Denver Mattress, you'll find the perfect combination of body cradling comfort and reactive support. And with 10 levels of comfort to choose from, I put my trust in Consumer Reports' recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Patients ask me how I treat my own back issues, and I suggest they turn to Doctor's Choice at Denver Mattress.
It's what I did and continue to do to maintain my active lifestyle.
From creating memories to finding the perfect gift, Steel can help make the holidays even easier. Check off more of your wish list when you get an extra battery with select Steel battery sets. Happy holidays from Steel.
Good Shepherd provides the most up-to-date orthopedic care available. Our team of experienced board-certified surgeons and podiatrists are capable of fulfilling your orthopedic needs. Services include precise joint replacements, sports medicine, all orthoscopic shoulder and knee repairs, fracture care, hand surgery, and foot and ankle care. We're here to help you with your pain and maximize your body's performance and function. Good Shepherd Orthopedics in Hermiston. Patients first, always.
Engines roar, tires gripping.
All terrain helps with slipping.
From mountains to snow to...
Where else can we go? Driving in a Honda Wonderland.
It's that time of year again, Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a rugged new Honda. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days today.
New body cam footage as Apple Valley News Now investigates the Trooper Clayson case Wednesday. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica DeLaw.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
National Married to a Scorpio Day. Married to a Scorpio Support Day.
They need support.
Apparently we're insane.
I feel like we give them enough support.
I think so.
Like, we're very
think they
supportive.
should be thanking us, if anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they need support.
Josh, meanwhile, here is like, you guys are a lot to deal with every day.
A little extra.
Whoa, why are you laughing
they
like
just put
that?
me on the spot so much during the last hour, but I'm sure there is a support for Married to Leo's Day.
You know what? My sister's a Leo, so yeah.
There's definitely got to be one. So just to level the playing field.
The support you need for that.
Yes.
You know, let's just say like relationships in general.
Yeah, they're
you know,
take a lot of effort.
Give some support.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
the
We
people.
all need it.
Yeah. All right. What can we expect today as we head out the door?
Yeah, we can expect, thankfully, no fog for this morning, but it could come back for tonight into tomorrow morning. So let's go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories. Again, the fog, then rain chances coming back for Saturday and beyond, and perhaps even some snow for mountain passes early Sunday morning and beyond. So some of that holiday travel could be impacted. Of course, we'll talk about that at length coming up a little bit later in the show. Fog for this morning is confined to the mountains, but lower elevations looking good. So that is a nice change of pace. And we can attribute that to the winds. They're not that strong for this morning, but they're just enough. You know, earlier this morning they were gusting around 20 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, around 15 miles per hour in the Bluefoot Hills of Walla Walla County. So that's just enough to mix up our atmosphere locally, and that sort of dampens the stagnation and curbs the fog impacts. All right, temperatures this morning, 30s up and down the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys. We're mostly in the 40s for the basin, and for the foothills you'll need some sort of jacket for this morning. Coat cast for this Tuesday, I'm going with a heavy jacket for this morning, but light jacket weather from about 10 o'clock and beyond, but more heavy jacket weather for tonight as we're going to trend a little bit colder. So for today, 40s and 50s for lower elevations, partly to mostly cloudy skies, but fog might be coming back for tonight into tomorrow. I'll talk about how this is a tricky forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. At 6:33, we begin this half hour of news in Yakima, where the county is finalizing its budget for next year, and commissioners are saying that 2026 is shaping up to be a tough financial cycle.
Apple Valley News Now's William Albert shows us why leaders are already planning even further ahead for 2027.
Yakima County's next budget is just over $330 million and nearing completion. But commissioners say revenue isn't keeping up with the rising costs. With taxes down and inflation still high, there aren't many areas left to cut without affecting services across the county. County leaders say this year's process has forced them to look closer at how money is spent and what changes may be needed moving forward.
And so now we're at a point where we no longer have vacancies. We're seeing revenues dwindle, sales tax dwindle. We're seeing our inflation, while it's coming down a little bit, we still have a long ways to recoup from the last few years.
With limited options, commissioners say they aren't expecting to ask voters for new taxes. Instead, they're looking for cost savings and efficiencies inside county departments.
At least I'm not expecting us to go out to a vote of the people to do a levy lid lift, at least in 2026 or even 2027. The only option on the table is reduction and looking for efficiencies.
Commissioner Curtis tells me that the Yakima County Commissioners are looking at potential new revenue sources after an advisory vote that looked at whether voters wanted to potentially lift the ban on cannabis in the Yakima County's unincorporated areas. However, with next year's budget looming, some difficult choices might have to be made.
The work that we have to do as commissioners really needs to start early January, and we need to be transparent, and we need to make hard decisions early on so that the courthouse directors and electeds have enough time to prepare for 2027.
One of the biggest changes next year will be the new strategic plan. Curtis says it's meant to give departments a clear direction and help commissioners decide which services are essential and which may no longer be affordable.
You know, we really don't have a strategic plan that's been agreed upon that we're moving forward with, right? And that's always bothered me because it's like, okay, every year we go through this budget cycle, we kind of stick with status quo. We're funding the same things, we're getting the same results, we're not really challenging and moving in any particular direction. And so for me, it was important that we sit down in the entire courthouse leadership and develop a strategic plan.
County leaders expect more public discussion next year as they start making long-term budget decisions. In Yakima, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And now the county is expected to approve the 2026 budget in December.
The strategic planning process will begin shortly after New Year's.
Looking to education now, getting involved on campus can sometimes be a tricky task for high school students.
But some schools are making it easy, including Chiawana High School in Pasco. Chiawana is the winner of a 2025 Culture Kickoff Award given out by the Association of Washington Student Leaders. Students have helped boost school spirit through welcome events, going to school activities, and even through creating social media videos.
It's helping the school rebuild spirit that they say was impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, and staff says it's all thanks to student leaders.
I feel like we're expanding out to all the clubs and not just staying together in your group. I feel like you're just like more open and like you'll see more people in the hall being like, hi, and it's just like more great for everyone, more welcoming.
Chiawana isn't the only school in the area to receive a Culture Kickoff Award. Kamiakin High School in Kennewick has also been selected as a winner. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're talking sports and a huge honor for one of the Tri-Cities' biggest events. The Water Follies just earned national recognition. What this award could mean for next year's race weekend is coming up in your sports news.
The CMA Awards, live
Wednesday on Apple Valley News Now.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off on a new Daikin Fit system, plus free thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team. At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems. And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. And right now, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
From our family at Scott Smith State Farm, serving the Tri-Cities for over 15 years with our 2 locations in Kennewick and 1 in Yakima, we wish you joy, peace, and prosperity this holiday season. Merry Christmas from all of us at Scott Smith State Farm.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
your first place. Experts agree Toyota value can't be beat. Drivers agree Toyota quality rides long and strong. Add hybrid choices like no other, and you'll win the long game by a country mile. Toyota. Toyota is KBB's best resale value brand 5 years in a row. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
A search warrant, missing evidence, and a bar manager who police say isn't cooperating.
He has destroyed evidence.
Now, exclusive new body cam footage in the Trooper Clayson case.
You're maybe destroying records?
To protect and serve. Apple Valley News Now investigates Wednesday at 6.
Next live, there's a shark in the water.
Ooh.
It's Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank. Plus, Anna Gasteyer and helpful hacks for your turkey day.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Fog could return for tonight into tomorrow morning, but it is a very tricky forecast. We don't like to be wishy-washy with our forecast, but when we start to get into this foggy stagnation pattern around this time of the year, sometimes we can't rely on even what model consensus is telling us. It's more so pattern recognition. So what we look for around this time of the year is, well, first of all, a dome of high pressure. So we're going to have that for tonight into tomorrow morning. That means we'll have sinking cold air sinking down into the valleys, into the basin, perhaps into the foothills as well. And then when you don't have any winds to mix that up, that area of cold air kind of turns into like a cold, foggy, gray dome. Think of it like that. So what we're looking for now are the winds for tonight. They're light. For tomorrow morning and for tomorrow during the day, also light. So even though model consensus isn't suggesting there will be any fog for the valleys or basin, pattern recognition suggests otherwise. So just something to look out for. Okay, high temperatures staying cool over the next 7 days, and those overnight lows obviously going to stay pretty chilly over the next 7 nights. So here's what that looks like for today: 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. And then for tonight, the coldest night we've had in a little bit, as we'll be at 29 for the Tri-Cities, 27 for Yakima and Ellensburg, 33 in Walla Walla. And over the next 7 days, we'll keep forecast highs pretty on par with what you would expect for the 3rd and 4th weeks of November. And the same thing for those overnight lows, although at times they could trend a little bit warmer than average. But I don't think anyone's arguing that 32 degrees is warm. And as we head into the weekend, that's when our forecast gets a little bit more interesting, especially for our mountain passes. I'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 6:42 talking sports now, and the Tri-Cities is getting some national recognition for one of its biggest summer events.
The H1 Unlimited Racing Series named the Tri-City Water Follies the race site of the year for 2025, honoring everything from fan experience to course operations. Race director Aaron Stevens says Tri-Cities earned the top spot because of its strong turnout, improved safety measures, and also the years of community support.
It brings recognition. We want everyone to come to the Tri-Cities. It helps with bringing visitors from outside that may say, well, which race site do I go to this year? Well, I've always heard Tri-City Water Follies is the best. Now that they've won the award again for best race site of the year. So we want to bring people in. That drives up our numbers in our community. It helps businesses, local revenue.
Yes, and of course the odds of being named Race Site of the Year could bring more teams, more sponsorship, and even a bigger Water Follies weekend in 2026.
And the Water Follies returns to the Columbia River next July, and organizers say they're already working on upgrades to make next year's event the biggest one the Tri-Cities has ever seen.
It's always such a fun weekend. I know, fun time. All right, still ahead on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. Giving you a live look outside from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 6:43 on this Tuesday. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth with your full First Alert forecast as we make our way through the week.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist, Dr. Tegan Goodell, is now caring for patients in Prosser and Walla Walla. Dr. Goodell provides advanced care in orthopedic surgery and sports medicine injuries, including surgery of the shoulder, elbow, knee, and ankle. Get back to doing what you love. Call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
The Kia Season of New Traditions sales event is going on now at Overturf Kia. Get an additional $750 rebate when you purchase any new 2025 Niro, Seltos, Sorrento, Sportage, or select Tellurides in stock, including hybrid and PHEV models. Get a 2025 Telluride EX line for just $46,867 and 0.9% APR financing. Overturf Kia, Highway I-182 and Road 100 exit on St. Thomas Drive, Pasco.
Right now at Meredith Furniture, it's a buy one, get one free deal you don't want to miss. Buy one comfy recliner starting at just $599 and get the second one free. Yup, totally free. Tons of colors, loads of styles. Come in and find your favorite. But hurry, deals this good don't stick around forever. Kick back in not one, but two recliners. Because one just isn't enough.
Meredith Furniture on South Burson, Washington, right next to Hobby Lobby.
With irresistibly smooth melting chocolate in every Lindor, you can melt into every holiday moment. This year, bring out Lindor from the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
From our family at Scott Smith State Farm, serving the Tri-Cities for over 15 years with our 2 locations in Kennewick and 1 in Yakima, we wish you joy, peace, and prosperity this holiday season. Merry Christmas from all of us at Scott Smith State Farm.
Hubby's would like to thank you for all the love, Tri-Cities. We are still open and still your neighborhood slice. Ovens on, doors are open, ready to serve you with warm hearts. Hubby's Pizza has your favorites, made with love. Tonight, keep it local. Order for pickup or delivery, or grab a seat and say hi. Bring the whole crew. Groups and parties are welcome. From our family to yours, thank you for standing with Hubby's Pizza. Find us online or call us to start your order.
Are you an energy worker receiving home health care? Don't settle. It's time to choose better care. At CNS Cares, our local nurses provide reliable care you can count on. Your dedicated care manager will help you get all the care and benefits you've earned.
My first provider made a lot of promises. CNS Cares has delivered.
Find out why more families are switching to CNS Cares. Visit cnscares.com.
New body cam footage as Apple Valley News Now investigates the Trooper Clayson case Wednesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our forecast is going to get a lot more interesting this weekend as rain chances are going to pick up. Then Sunday and beyond, that's when snow chances could pick up for mountain passes. But let's show you what happens in the run-up to that. Well, first of all, for tonight into tomorrow morning, that little dome of high pressure sweeping by, and so that's why we can maybe see some fog developing tonight into tomorrow morning. And then for Wednesday night into Thursday morning, that cold front really falling apart as it comes across the region. So we could see some rain or snow chances for the mountains and for the foothills. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything terrific. And then, really just caught in this in-between pattern through Friday, but our forecast is going to get a lot more mixed up for Saturday and beyond. So let's show you the next 48 hours just for good measure with Futurecast. Maybe a few rain or snow showers this morning in the Cascades. After that, not much to it. I can just let this sort of play out up until very late on Wednesday, getting close to midnight as we transition into Thursday. That's when rain and snow chances going to go up in the Cascades, and maybe some showers could be down in the foothills by Thursday morning. But for the most part, in bulk, those rain chances are going to come back for lower elevations for this weekend and beyond. Here's what that's going to look like in the Tri-Cities. I'm thinking, at least for now, we probably keep it dry during the day on Saturday, but 10 to 20% rain chances for Sunday and Monday. So, no rain chances that are going to knock your socks off. But this is going to be another storm system where the Cascades are going to hog everything up. 4 in the morning on Saturday to 4 in the morning on Tuesday. That's going to be the wettest time frame. Not much doing for lower elevations or the Blues, but maybe 1.5 inches of liquid water up in the Cascades. The reason why I say liquid water is because it'll be a little bit of rainfall, a little bit of snowfall as well. Snow levels dropping down 4 a.m. on Sunday to 4 in the morning on Tuesday. Maybe 5 to 6 inches for 5 to 6 inches of snow for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass. This is still 6 to 7 days out, subject to change, but personally, if I were traveling this weekend over mountain passes, I would want to travel on Saturday as opposed to Sunday. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, keeping the forecast dry through Saturday, and we'll see if fog rears its ugly head in the meantime. In Yakima, little rain chances come back into the picture Saturday through Monday at least, and then for Ellensburg, 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts for today, dry through Friday, then wetter for the weekend. For Hermiston, 15 to 20 mile per hour gusts this morning, calming into the afternoon. Small rain chances return for Sunday. And finally, for Walla Walla, maybe a quick hitting rain chance for Thursday, but more consistent rain chances start this weekend. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, your Christmas tree forecast.
There it is.
From Candyland confections to 90s nostalgia, Christmas tree decor taking over TikTok.
Look at it!
And experts say there's good news for shoppers this holiday. With supply steady, most Christmas tree growers say they don't plan on raising wholesale prices.
When you have the large supply that we have right now, you need to get the trees harvested and sold. We can't leave them in the ground forever.
It comes at the right time, as not just the Grinch,
I stuff up the tree,
but tariffs look to steal some Christmas joy. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll be live from a Christmas tree farm with what you need to know before you start decking the halls. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 4 years.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events: infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 6:52. It's time for your morning sprint. We start with your national headlines. The acting chief of FEMA is stepping down after hurricane season. Yesterday, David Richardson submitted his letter of resignation to the Department of Homeland Security. Richardson's departure comes after months of public controversy and internal frustration at the agency. Sources say that plans were already in the works to remove him from the role.
And 6:52 in your business headline, Starbucks is out with a new holiday beverage, but you can only get it at Target. The frozen peppermint hot chocolate, available exclusively at Starbucks cafes inside Target stores. Prices for the Frappuccino-based drink start at just under $6 for a grande. Members of Target's paid loyalty program can buy a frozen peppermint hot chocolate on Monday, and then will be available. So yesterday that was available. Now everyone can get one if they'd like.
Ooh, looks like we have to go to Target. Oh no.
Darn it. All right, now it is 6:53 and a look at the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. Starting in Benton County, where deputies say 2 people were found dead Saturday night in what appears to be a domestic violence shooting near Rothrock and West Evans Road. Witnesses reporting a crash. They heard yelling. They say there was gunfire. Investigators confirming the victims knew each other. And local domestic violence advocates say cases often rise around the holidays when pressure, financial strain, and isolation increase. They urge victims and those worried about loved ones to speak up and make a safety plan and always reach out for help.
Richland police say they've arrested a person connected to a shooting which injured 2 people earlier this month. That happened on Van Giesen Street. The police were called again to the same home yesterday for reports of gunfire. Although they did not find evidence of shots being fired this time, they did recognize the person wanted in connection to the earlier case. The investigation into both incidents is ongoing.
And troopers say a wrong-way driver caused another serious crash on Crestlock and 395, a stretch already known for crashes. From 2021 to 2025, 9 fatal wrecks have happened along that corridor. Investigators say high speeds, distracted driving, and the layout of that intersection are major contributors. Now, WashDOT has acknowledged ongoing safety issues and potential solutions, but funding remains the biggest challenge, leaving no timeline for improvements.
In Umatilla County, Fire District 1 says they've handled around 300 crashes this year so far, and with winter weather approaching, it only gets more dangerous on the roads. The National Crash Responders Safety Week, the district is reminding drivers to slow down and move over when emergency crews are on the road. Those simple actions can prevent major injuries and even save lives.
And Yakima County's upcoming budget is sitting at more than $330 million, but commissioners say revenue simply isn't keeping pace with rising costs. So sales tax collections down and inflation still high, leaders say they've already cut as much as they can without affecting critical services. A new strategic plan will guide which services are essential and which may not be sustainable long term. Commissioners say more public discussion will happen early next year.
Trending this morning, the U.S. National Archives has published more than 4,000 pages of sealed government documents about the final trip of aviator Amelia Earhart.
Earhart was the first woman to fly nonstop across the Atlantic by herself. She disappeared over the South Pacific on July 2nd, 1937, while trying to become the first woman to circumnavigate the Earth.
Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard said more documents will follow. Through the International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery, says most of the newly released documents were already available.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Interesting to see what the new documents will say, too.
I know.
Is going to be anything about the crash.
Well, I mean, the way things were documented and recorded and the timeline of things from then to now is so vastly different.
Yes. Maybe not much.
The way you can gain information, so who knows?
It'll be interesting to see.
It will.
Anything
also
interesting in our weather?
Yes. Now, for this morning, not as interesting as yesterday morning in that we're not seeing nearly as much fog. It's a good thing, definitely. Interesting's not always
true.
Good.
Yes, absolutely. So this morning, the fog situation is boring, which is what we like to see. Now, there is some fog up in the mountains, but lower elevations looking a-okay. And we can't thank the winds for that. They're nothing, impressive, but just enough. We were seeing gusts around 20 miles per hour earlier this morning in the Kittitas Valley, around 15 miles per hour earlier this morning in Walla Walla. That's just enough to mix up our atmosphere locally, and that kind of dampens the stagnation and it curbs the fog development. Temperatures in the 30s for the valleys this morning. We're in the 40s for the basin. For the most part, we're in the 40s for the basin and for the foothills. All of us need some sort of jacket, obviously, as you're headed out the front door. A little bit later today, highs getting into the 50s, 40s and 50s. We'll see partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies out there. Big weather stories. Fog could return tonight into tomorrow morning. It's going to be a difficult forecast. Rain chances returning for lower elevations Saturday and beyond. As those snow levels start to drop, our mountain passes could turn a little bit snowy starting on Sunday morning. We'll definitely have a lot more to say about that part of the forecast later in the week.
Tis the season.
Yes. Tis the season for sure. And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalleynewsnow.com.
Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back tonight with your local news and weather at 7 following the Battle of the Ice between Seattle Kraken and the Detroit Red Wings.
Have a great day.